Oh, wait. Are we ready? Are we doing it? No.
Well, I mean, real quick before we do that, I just want to say, I'm stoked to be doing another one of these. Thank you so much for hitting me up to want to do another one of these. This album sounds sick, and I'm really stoked to talk all about it.
I think we should.
Yeah.
Me too, man. I was so good last time.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's gonna be all of
No,
us.
it's glad. I'm glad to be back. It's always awesome.
You have such a fun fucking platform to be on.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
We were talking about earlier how like the name Beers with Bands is like so fucking sick to begin with.
The vibe is off.
The vibe like should be like beating Hot Ones right now.
Yeah, I've tried to come up because you just said hot wings, right?
Hot Ones, you know Hot Ones.
Like hot ones, yeah. Like I've thought about doing like a spin on it where it's just like heavier or like more intense beers for like a sit down.
Oh my god, yeah. You end it with like a crazy like 16% stout. You know? So this was aged for 10,000 years in an oak barrel.
Right. All right, everyone ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. In 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Beers with Bands podcast with your host, Michael Torres. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Beers with Bands. Very stoked to have this band back on the podcast. It's been a little over a year. I think the last episode came out like early February of 2023. But welcome back to Haunt Dog. How are you guys doing?
Great. Don't remind us of how long we've been doing this. It's like that was a year ago.
Oh god.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because like I was thinking about that too. Like when we sat down and talked, we were like it was around the time that Cankersore and OK Google were first coming out. So it's been a hot minute since then.
Well, we're really happy to be back. This is such
Yeah,
a fucking fun
seriously.
podcast.
I'm stoked to have y'all back. I'd also thank you for taking the time. Y'all are on tour right now, and it's amazing that thank you for taking the time out of your time with everything you have going on to sit down with me to be on this. So I appreciate that.
Yeah,
It's an off day, so we're just like.
It's our only off day.
Yesterday I was like in the venue, it was like, I feel decay in my bones.
How's the tour been so far?
A blast.
It's been so good.
Yeah,
Oh my
better
god.
than expected.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah,
better than
Everyone's
expected.
been so nice.
Yeah.
And we've been touring with Better Living.
Better living.
best
It's been
fucking
the goats.
Yeah, they're so fucking
But
better.
like actually better.
Yeah, we're living better with Better Living.
No, they're such sweeties.
Yeah.
They don't. Sometimes I feel like we scare them though.
We made a joke in our big group chat and we didn't know if they liked it or not because they never responded.
Too young and deranged.
Oh my god.
But it's great to hear the tour's going well. I think y'all only have like a few more days left. Then it's back to Philly. Actually, playing the last shows in Philly. I had a thought there and then I lost it, but that's totally okay because we're just gonna get kind of right into things. Like I said, the last time y'all were on, we were talking about Cankersore and OK Google. Now we're here getting to talk about your debut LP, Filbert, coming out. At the time of this recording, it's not out yet, but by the time this comes out, it'll be out for a couple weeks. How crazy does it feel to be this close to releasing the debut LP for Haunt Dog?
I just needed to be out.
Yeah,
I've been going fucking crazy for the past year of my life about this album. I needed to be in the
We
world.
recorded the drums like a year and a half ago.
A year and a half.
Yeah, we
it
started
was.
production a year and a half ago. It's been
It started feeling like a white whale thing at one point, where it was just like we kept like making such like itching little pieces off of it that it's like this is never coming out. It's coming out. We have to. We can't back out of it now.
yeah. We put a lot in this record.
Yeah, and we worked with some cool people. Justin Day mixed it, and he did Cool Intentions and Just Married by Guacamora. We have Jake Checkaway. He did Origami Angel. It was pretty stacked. And then these two engineered themselves.
Yeah.
And they do a fucking insane job with that.
Thank you. With the help of Chris Baglivo from the studio.
The Super Weeks and also Jamtown.
Well, yeah, Jamtown recording.
Yeah, we did the drums at Jamtown Studios.
Yeah, no. But yeah, it's at one point it definitely was more of like a, oh god, this is never coming out. I'm losing my mind. But
Yeah, the whole winter was like, it was grueling.
It was like, Liam, have you done the bass yet?
fuck you.
And the vocals were so fucking hard for me to do.
We
I
did
would
like 2 lines per day.
Yeah.
We get into the studio, get 2 lines of vocals done, and be like, okay, let's go home.
That was a hard one.
Day.
But I was living in New Jersey at the time, and like I worked full time, so it was just tough because like I would have to work a full day and then drive all the way to Philly and then record up until 10 and like blow my voice out because the vocals on this album are just like me going absolutely ape shit for 20 some odd minutes. And it just took a while, and we were trying to be like way more nitpicky about it than we were with the first 2 singles.
Yeah, singles were pretty much one and done. That was just
That was like, we gotta do this now.
I remember you came home and was like, yeah, we did 2 takes. We did a single. We did the vocals 2 takes. Just one pass, the other pass.
Yeah.
How the tables have turned.
So
surprise, it takes a lot of effort to make a good record.
yeah, and I mean this came out amazing. Like I'm so stoked on this. Like you said, like yes, the vocals are like kind of like punchy and in your face the entire time, but it comes through so well. And like you can just feel like everything behind it. Like it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I think we definitely want to be like an all gas, no brakes kind of band. Like, it's 30 minutes long, but it's just like it's gonna just keep going. There's no low energy points.
Listen, it's the debut album. You gotta come in guns blazing. Like you gotta go through the door swinging on it.
Yeah.
I remember when I was cutting it together, I was like trying to like keep the transitions decently short. Honestly, I was like, I just like wanted to be like even like the parts where it's like break between songs, like breath. Okay, you're back in it.
Yeah.
Well, that was one thing I noticed too. Is like, so obviously, thank you so much for sending it to me ahead of time. And I listened to it like on my computer, and then I also listened to it in the car, like on my way to and from work today. And I don't know if it was just the car audio just doing what it was doing, but literally like towards the end when you get to like end of Filbert and then literally to the outro, like it played so seamlessly in between songs, and it was just like, this is amazing because it like you can tell it's 2 different songs or multiple songs, but just the flow throughout was just so cool to deal with, of just being like, oh, like this is like, you don't see that good of a seamless transition between songs very often.
The Filbert thing, that was like a game. Filbert into Applegate was game day. Like Dusty was like, "Can you cut the record? Can you put them like in order?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay," and I just decided to do that. Like have like the sample start playing into Applegate. That originally the sample was just like.
It was just its own thing.
It was just
going to be Filbert and then 3 more songs, but because of that, now it's Filbert and then it goes all the way to outro. So like the whole second half of the album is just kind of connected.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Well, those last 3 songs
Yeah.
are all. Those last 3 songs are all.
The sample goes from Filbert and Apple.
Those last 3 songs are all like have always been together though. They were like recorded together, composed together.
We tried performing them not together, and every night that we've performed the outro without the rest of the song, it feels weird.
Should we stop doing
Yes, tomorrow.
Yes.
We play Fruit Kids tomorrow.
I want to play the split song tomorrow.
We can try. I don't remember the words.
Gotta brush.
I think that would be sick. I think we can do that.
I think.
Gotta brush up on that.
How long does set trip?
Okay, listen.
We're playing Rhode Island tomorrow.
We're playing
Legendary set.
Quahog, Rhode Island.
I got the whole thing on video. It's so good. It's a set tomorrow. It's infamous. It's on YouTube.
It's up right now.
I promise you, this isn't a lie.
We're gonna forget to record the video and put it on. $10. $10.
$20 we'll forget.
I'm not taking that.
Don't take that.
I also just wanted to say that we're definitely trying to be a fucking album band. Not to sound really pretentious, but like it is really fun to just have that experience of an album you listen to straight through. I think with our like arranging and songwriting, like that is a huge factor for us. Is like, how is this gonna sound when all the tracks are laid out as an album? You know, when did we what?
The dogs.
The dogs are.
Get your feet out of this podcast.
Those of you listening audio,
I just touched it.
I just showered.
And I feel different
They're clean.
about it.
Where are you going?
I'm getting the beer.
2 beers with bands. Quickly turning into 3 beers with bands.
Free throw with fans.
There's no rules to how many beers I can have on this podcast.
No, it's just beer.
It's true. But so, like you said, I think, you know, this is about a year and a half in the making to get this record out. Obviously, like I've mentioned, when we talked the last time, it was just Kankersour and OK Google out. Like when we talked the last time, what stages were you already in getting prepared for this album? Because you guys would have started shortly after that episode came out, I feel like.
I think we still had like 4 songs in the album. Like
We had like a live set. Did Fruit Kids exist at that? I don't even think
Fruit Kids did not exist.
the Fruit
as
Kids
a
did not
song.
exist.
No.
Yeah.
the Fruit Kids were probably like just becoming conceived in my basement.
In your mind, yeah.
Yeah. No, they did not exist in our repertoire.
We probably had Filbert like the riff, but not Filbert the song.
We were still doing
Maybe?
that Tiger's Jaw cover, I think.
Oh my
yeah.
god! We used to what is the song?
Heat.
Heat. Oh, that was a good. Fuck.
Don't make me
out of
do
my-
that.
It's so easy.
It's like the easiest song in the world. Yeah, I learned it.
Our cover now is way better though.
We have a really good cover right now. Come see us on tour a few months ago,
Yeah,
and you'll
come-
see the cover. Tour.
On tour. We're a Glockamora worship band. We actually that's all we do. We sit around and talk about how good Glockamora is.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we didn't even start recording until like half a year after that.
Mm.
And it's still taking forever to come out.
But at least it's so close to being out at this point.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I woke up one day in Manhattan on a little weekender trip, and I was like, the album's coming out September 3rd. Like it's just that's when we're doing it. That's the day.
Yeah, and then we picked we picked like the singles and like we were just taking photos, right? And then we just picked the singles.
Max
like
was
we were
doing
just like
a photo shoot for us.
Yeah. It was
So-
in your old place.
This
It
is
was just
Max.
like, all right,
Yeah.
these are the ones, and then we're a band you need to set deadlines on.
Or else.
You do that, things might happen eventually.
Yeah. We're like the Tool, you know?
Yeah. Oh God.
What's wrong with Tool?
Remember
They take
when Tool
forever
took
to do
11 years to
anything.
put out that album and then it was bad? I didn't like it.
And then kind of jumping back to your point of, you know, being more of an album style band. I'm, you know, one of those people too that loves to sit down and just listen to something front to back. And this is a great album to do that with. I'm stoked to kind of see, I know this is, you know, we're right on the verge of it coming out, but I'm really stoked to see kind of what follows it up, just because it's sequenced so well. It's just so in your face. It's just done very well that I'm really stoked on this release for all of you.
Yeah, the new song is intense.
Yeah.
The one that I want to play tomorrow that we never had any playing this week is intense.
Yeah.
I can't believe that like we're even discussing this
Album 2 or
song. The
just-
split song.
Oh
Oh,
my
the
God.
split.
The song that's gonna go on a split unknown.
Yeah.
hopefully.
As
Hopefully,
of
eventually.
yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe it goes on the next record.
splits on. I mean, as of right now, we don't have a lot like set out for the future. We don't know yet.
We want it to be darker.
We definitely do want it
Yeah.
to
We
be
want it to be
darker.
so much darker. Like I feel like the first album is very tongue in cheek, very like it encapsulates the vibe in that we're like a very like energetic and chaotic band. But I want the next album to be more emotional. I mean like more emotional on the lyrical front, which is the first one already is in a lot of ways, but I want it to be very emotional on the instrumental front. And I feel like I've been kind of backtracking in what music I've been listening to and like kind of like diving more into like I don't know, like early roots stuff. Like I've been listening to a ton of fucking My Chem and I don't know, I want to write more riffs like that and
Yeah.
like you know, maybe step it up on the angular level too cuz you know, that's just how I'm feeling as a songwriter and like we also just like need to be in a room and like really write together and whenever we do it like our best shit comes out. Like one of the songs on the album Scraggle School, that was the first song we ever wrote together and that's my favorite song on the album. Like it's so goddamn good.
Yeah.
Me when I agree.
What are ways that you can agree to something? Give me your best agreement.
I concur.
Mm-hmm.
I. Yeah. No, like.
Yub.
Yub, that's pretty good.
I like
Yo, you be
yub.
saying that.
Yub
Yub.
or worm. I say
Worm, you do hit the worm
I
quite
hit the worm
frequently.
pretty hard.
Have we talked?
Pause.
Have we talked about? Have we talked about tour versus tour?
No,
Oh,
we
yeah,
didn't
we
talk
should
about
prob-
tour.
I think Henry should lay that one down.
All right. So without getting too crazy,
Speak up for the people.
generally, if you haven't toured, it's called tour. But if you're touring, it's tour. Or have been on tour, then you were on tour.
You were on tour.
And
Yeah.
you're a touring band.
and you're a touring artist.
So this isn't a tour. This is a tour.
Yeah, tour.
We're on tour.
Hey, please put that on the next poster. Hot dog tour.
Tour.
How do you spell it?
I was going with TUER.
I
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what it feels
Yeah.
like.
I like that too.
Someone spelled it with 2 O's, and that made me feel vile feelings.
No, that's like TOOR.
Tour.
TOOUER.
Oh, that's too many.
Yeah.
It's starting to look a little French there.
Oh, yeah.
Too many vowels.
Yeah.
I'm not on it.
Speaking of the song Scraggle School, you know, when I listen to, I mean, this is a recurring thing on the episodes, but I love sound clips in episodes, or in songs, and there's a few songs on this album that have, you know, sound clips on it. Scraggle School has, you know, this jingle for Armor Hot Dogs, and
I'm so happy
No.
to think that.
if everyone remembers from the first time that y'all were on, not just, you know, a play on the name at all, but you guys also love hot dogs. There was hot dogs featured in that episode. There was jokes that, you know, hot dogs are going to be made. What is that, like, where did you find that jingle, or like, is it like a Philly local thing, or like, what is that?
No, a homie of mine sent it to me. I was like, I don't know what sound clips I want to use for the album, and they were like, here's a bunch of them, and we used that one and only that one. It just the hot dogs, Armor hot dogs. What kind of kids eat Armor hot dogs?
Wait,
Fat kids,
Skinny
skinny
kids.
kids.
And then it just falls off. I
Yeah.
don't remember the
What's
rest.
the,
Wait, did
what's
Rob-
the other sound clip at the very end?
Oh,
The GTA one?
yeah, the Vice
Did
City
Robert
one.
not send
That's
that
from
to you?
GTA.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to play GTA.
No, that
Like, as
one.
a child?
That one.
Yeah.
That one was a personal pick. The
Yeah.
fucking I poked my head out of the gutter for 1 freaking second and fate shovel shit in my face. Go get some sleep. What are you gonna do? We'll drop by your office tomorrow and we can start sorting this mess out.
Yeah.
For people listening, that sound clip is in Filbert, which I also had on my list. And then there's also a little sound clip at the beginning of Apple Kid. It kind of starts out with like "What's up, everyone," and then it kind of goes into, and I kind of lose it as the instrumentals come in. What's
It's the
that
sound
one?
clip that goes into Apple
Yeah,
Kids.
so the sound clip is what conjoins Filbert to Apple Kids. So it's that GTA Vice City sound clip. It's that whole dialogue from like the beginning of the game.
Mm. So it's I thought it was two, but it's just really just one big sound clip between those two songs.
One huge, massive sound clip, groundbreaking.
The likes of which you've never seen.
Can I have?
We have the longest clips. They say we don't have the longest clips, but we have the longest clips. They don't want to admit it. They want to say China has larger clips. We don't. They don't. Yeah, I'll tell you,
All
folks, they
they've
don't
got
have
is
them.
MP3s. We've got the wave.
We've got the waveforms. We've got the flags.
We have a purely
What-
fact-based economy.
What saved me from that assassination attempt? I had my 3-inch flak player in my jacket. It took the bullet for me.
We're a ripping bandit. All we do is rip.
Can I ask you what you're drinking?
Yeah.
Yeah. So to my first beer for this episode is a Modelo, and then the rest of my beers are all good old hams.
Sick.
Hams. So you're a hams fan.
More of a PBR guy, but you know, hams is also cheap and
Yeah.
delicious.
We're,
So
We're a Rolling Rock band.
We are. Well,
Because-
Max, could you get me a Rolling Rock?
Because hear me out.
Does anyone
What
know?
is Rolling Rock backwards? It's rock and roll, dog. It's fucking rock and roll.
Oh my god, you have the heaviest pillow in the world.
Why are you fucking with my pillow?
I was
We're
gonna
in
hit
an
you with it, but it like took my arm back.
No, because mine is the most punk pillow.
Like, yo, this is hard.
No,
My
Do whatever the
grandma
hell you
made
got.
it.
Tequila's with
She
band.
made it?
Yeah.
That's hard.
Dude, the ska pillow. The
Who's
My
this?
ska pillow.
you lay down and all you hear in your ear is.
I be
That's mine, that's
skanking in my dreams.
I'll stand in your dreams.
Oh yeah.
Max is cracking open in the high noon. By the way.
Mega.
Not a beer, but
It's a tequila.
Max
I'll
doesn't
sprout.
we'll
like it.
allow it.
Max is too good. For
No,
beer.
yeah. I don't have the liquid space for beer. And I
And I-
probably won't have the liquid space
Hey.
for this.
mm,
If anyone wants
Well,
it.
you can seal it
bros
closed.
unruly.
Yeah, you're right. That's so cool.
Well, you know, speaking of Rolling Rock, I really loved a tweet that kind of went out, I think yesterday. You know, and so I got to ask, how does it feel to now be a beer with no dinner band? Making it to that level in society?
Tor does crazy things to you.
Yeah.
My stomach is in shambles right now. I'll be real. My bones hurt. My stomach hurts. Today's Whopper Wednesday, so that's what we're eating.
Yeah.
Yesterday was Taco Bell Tuesday. I'm getting too old for this shit.
When I had the Taco Bell I had yesterday, did horrible things to my body.
I've been in
Did it
pain
really?
all day.
I put
Really?
it in.
I
Yeah.
shouldn't. So I was trying to like gift you that chalupa as like a.
All I
Like a
wanted
hey.
was that chalupa. I was so sad that I didn't go in and buy anything, but I was on vocal rest, and you handed me that chalupa, and my eyes turned into puppy dog eyes, and I ate it. But I knew right after I ate it that like I was going to be having an issue, and I've been having an issue. Let me tell you, beers with Dan, I've been having an issue.
My entire gut like hurt like immediately after eating those 2 burritos. Like I just like went to sleep with a painful gut.
They haven't had a single hot dog all tour. I'm not used. To, I'm
That's a
That's
fucking
fucking
lie.
bullshit.
Lie. We went to Destination Dogs.
Oh my god, we did. That's how long we've been on the road.
Our namesake restaurant.
That's what all the Rolling Rock is doing to me. I don't remember what I ate on the first night. I
What
don't
was the first night? I can't believe that was the first. That didn't feel real. That the first night felt like a normal like show date because it was in New Brunswick, New Jersey.
It was like home.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, this is a regular Friday show that we do all of the time. Why did you laugh at that?
The cadence. Was
Why are you laughing at me?
The cadence.
Sorry, beers with bands is turning into too many beers with bands.
You're asking me, it's not enough beers with bands.
I did. So I thought about all of you when I did an episode with a cast for fight scene. So we were talking in that episode, and what they would do on their shows, like so they would come from like northern Michigan to go play. I think like maybe Detroit or like Flint or somewhere, but like they have to cross this bridge to get there. And I guess at the end of the bridge, there's a hot dog restaurant that they would always stop at and spend way too much money. So I've been meaning to tell you, if you ever make it to Michigan, definitely there's another hot dog spot for y'all to check out when you guys get there.
Are they like nice gourmet hot dogs and that's why they're expensive, or are they just expensive hot dogs?
I think they were kind of like specialty, kind of like the place that we talked about the last time.
D-dogs, yeah.
So
Okay, all right, I'm interested. Shit.
They have yet to sponsor us.
They have yet to answer our many emails.
They look at our stories, but they don't follow us.
They fucking looked at our stories. Like, oh my god.
I don't get it. Like, not even relevant to D-Dogs. Like, I'll be posting something about merch or something, and D-Dogs will be down on the viewer list, and it's like, give me the fucking follow. Like, give me the satisfaction already. I did so much for you. I probably sent at least 3 fucking Rutgers University kids to that location to buy a fucking Conquistador and have a beer or something. And where's my satisfaction out of it? Huh?
No, that's wild that they watch.
Can we go in there? Can we get hammered and then walk in there and be like, you never followed me?
Why don't you love me, Dad?
And like the hostess is gonna be like, I'm sorry.
I need to speak to your social media manager. I got a fucking bone to pick. I got a fucking dog to pick.
That's the nice thing about dogs. There's no bone.
There could be.
Dude, imagine there's a bone in a dog. That'd be so scary. You bite it and you bite into bone, and it's like, ugh.
What do you think about calcium?
Calcium in general,
Concept.
Do you drink milk by itself?
Do you
I
get a
do.
positive or negative
no.
reaction when you say the word calcium?
No, I don't drink milk by itself. That's weird. To do.
True.
No,
Like I had,
no fan.
No.
like
Oh.
I had a roommate that would like make supper and then just like pour a glass of milk, and I'm like, bro, no, don't do that.
Go for your bone.
The most raw I will ever have milk
Por que no las dos?
is in a cereal bowl. Milk.
Yeah.
That's as raw as you can have milk.
Raw.
Jumping back into Filbert a little bit, you know, it's like we said, it came out on September 3rd. You also teamed up with We're Trying Rex to put it out, and I know that there is a tape coming out with it as well. The tape, you know, the pictures I've seen of the tape so far, the mock-ups look really sick. How does it feel to be kind of like partnering up with We're Trying Rex? I know they've been kind of blowing up, and like a lot of like good things have been coming out of that label this past year.
I love Jordan. Jordan is my homie. We've been working together a lot. It was definitely, so we cold emailed like a ton of labels because everything with Sleepy Clown kind of fell through.
Fell through is kind of an understatement.
So everything with Sleepy Clown fell through pretty bad, and so I didn't want to release independently or like, you know, solely by myself, because I just like, we don't have that kind of trajectory. So I cold emailed a bunch of fucking labels, and Jordan was the only person that got back to us, and it's just been smooth sailing ever since. Like, he's super responsive, and we talk a lot, and you know, we have a lot of ideas. We just actually took over Sleepy Clown Records, the two of us, and we're trying to, you know, make everything right with that whole thing and fix all of the shit for the people and the artists. Yeah, and he's that's not the only label that we're working with. We're working with a label overseas, in Norway, called Slow Down Records in Norway. I would have remembered that if I wasn't on my third beer. And those tapes are really cool too, and I'm really excited to see, you know, if the overseas at all has any, you know, any interest in the project. And
Hot take, those tapes are like, I like them a little bit more. The European ones, they're so
the
good.
European ones
They
are
were dope.
gas. They're fucking so sick looking. I designed the wear trying tapes myself, and I thought they were really cool and really special. And they're sick. I love the blue sparkle, but the fucking the European ones are insane. Like they're so cool. The J card is so cool.
If you really want, you should import them.
Yeah,
We
it'll be a
should-
cool
yeah.
like thing in like 5 years, like when hot dogs big as fuck, we're gonna be like, look at these old European tapes, man. Do you remember these, man?
Implying we get big as fuck.
Why do we turn into Cheech and Chong?
I don't know, man. It's 5 years.
When
ago.
I'm older, man, I want to be Cheech Young.
Liam, man, Cassie, man.
I think we're parked, man. I think we the records at the venue.
There's been multiple merch. What's the word? Misplacements
Yeah,
on this
everyone's
store.
leaving
Oh no.
everywhere.
No, everyone's just leaving things at the Silhouette Lounge.
Yeah, all of our merch is like biologically attracted to be at the Silhouette Lounge, and we're ripping it away, and it keeps trying to get back to the Silhouette Lounge.
Also, if you stole the left guy off of that sign, good on you.
No, they
No.
want their sign back.
They want left guy back.
No, I'm fully with Dusty. Good on you, and don't give that shit back.
Yeah, for context, for
Keep it.
those who have never been to this one bar in Boston, they have a sign out front, and on that sign, there's two guys. They're
No,
having
it's a man and a woman. It's a woman up there now.
It's really.
Yeah.
A man and a
It's
woman.
left guy and right woman.
I see.
Dummy.
Well, there's two people up there. And they're having a great drink. But then someone stole left guy. Left guy is gone. Out of the picture.
The night we played.
No, it was a week ago.
Oh,
But
that's a week ago?
The,
It was on the news.
story aired in the bar while I was in the bar, and everyone cheered.
It's like 10:30 in the bar
Yeah.
itself on the.
It was-
and everyone's just like losing.
And the
shit.
bartender, the like OG ass
Yo.
bartender, was like up there, and he was. I don't remember what he said. He literally like 4 seconds of airtime. He was like, "Yeah, it's really disappointing
I
to
have
see,"
it on-
and everyone was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I have it on video.
Oh my God.
Bill says I look so fat.
Oh, he did. He did say he looked fat in the news. He did.
He
look
does
fat
not
in the
look
news.
that fat.
Confirmed.
Hi.
Well, yeah.
For a Monday, oh, that was incredibly.
Yeah, that was
Oh my
awesome.
god. Yeah, we were not expecting such.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shade.
Shout out. He killed it. They sub missing 2 other members.
And the vocalist.
And the vote.
Yeah.
And
It
there's-
was insane.
Shout out better every rest of my life.
Shout out. Can we get better living like tattooed across us?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's the two.
Two.
That's too much.
Yeah,
We're
that
thinking
won't
about-
freak them at all.
What?
I
Huh?
just said that wouldn't freak them out at all, for sure, 100%.
They'd be flattered. They love us.
Like,
They love me. They think I'm great.
they wanted to kill me. Threatened me with knives constantly.
Every time we get, they start finding a bunch of knives. They start like I had something to say. I was really firm. Dusty's
So with
back
this,
is on the verge of giving out.
My body's failing me this. I've been feeling the 20 years.
24 years of tour.
Remember, kids, at 24, this happens to you. You're smart.
This is what eating regular hot dogs and pizza do to you. To apple.
Yeah.
Oh hi.
So how have you been?
I've been good since the last time we chatted. I bought a house, which I'm sitting in, and still doing the whole podcast thing. So killing it.
Incredible. Buying a house? That's insane.
Yeah, big stuff.
I know in this economy.
What?
No, I think we both said in this economy at the same time, which I was like,
Where are you located at?
I'm in Minneapolis. Yeah,
They
so
Houses. Do they?
I don't know. They have houses. Do you know that?
Do they?
Have you ever been to
uh,
a city with houses?
No.
so with this album too, you have an album release show that I think is still going to be a week or two before this episode comes out. But it's with your homies in Plague Skater, OK Cuddle, and No Good with Secrets. How excited are y'all for to like that first the official album release show? I know you've probably been playing these songs on most of this run, but how does it feel to like have that hometown show to kind of just fully get it out there?
No, it's definitely gonna be special.
Yeah. With OK Cuddle tour,
Yeah, in New
Yeah,
York.
they
That
rock.
was great.
They're so good.
they were so good.
The show was like destined to happen, and it still happened, and it was.
So
Yeah.
basically, we were gonna play this place, and then it flooded, and then we were gonna play under a bridge, but then there was a block party. People were playing volleyball, and then people were fighting, and it was crazy. With sticks, apparently they were fighting with broomsticks,
And there's blood.
and
There was blood.
Blood was.
I didn't know this.
Blood shed. But then got moved to Unruly Collective and hosted us, and were fucking incredible. And it was really nice. They had a great little fucking area back where everyone would chill between sets. We had a great time.
There were dogs.
There were 2 fucking dogs, which is incredible.
It was so sweet.
But yeah, it was not to happen, but it happened anyway.
Good show.
Yeah.
But we're really excited to come home. I mean, it's exhausting and just like arriving. It's really nice not doing Philly at the beginning. You do Philly at the end, and it comes right in. It's like, all right, home stretch. Like, I just have to get home, and then you have a great show like waiting for you when you get there. It's. I'm really excited for Philly.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so good. We've played at Orpheus's Garden before. We know them. They're really chill people. It's gonna be really fun.
We're playing with some homies.
We are playing with some.
I played D&D with Hammer at Heavy Metal Chess Club the other day.
Yeah.
So funny.
It was crazy.
Was it a good session?
It
Who's
was-
DMing that?
Hammer.
Oh, he is. Okay. Sweet.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. I couldn't think of a character, so my character was named as Cell Finsert.
Tell us all. That's great.
No, like I like how you put that where having the hometown show be like the last day of tour, so it feels like that home stretch to kind of get there. I don't feel like growing up, like when we were touring and stuff, that we always thought that way. Like we always did like the hometown show first, which is always sometimes fun, but like I think doing it after being out on the road for so long and having it be like, oh, this is our homecoming at the same time, I think that's so much smarter and like a cooler way to do it than just being like, oh, like we just drove 6 hours and like now we just sleep on our own, but like we're done. Like to have that nice little hurrah right before like you kind of go back to real life is pretty great.
It feels like victory.
Yeah.
It's like Victory.
Victory Brewery, shout outs.
Shout out to Victory, I guess.
All right, the shout outs are getting.
We shouted out too much.
Shout out my
Yeah.
house and my bed.
Shout out my toilet and my cats.
Yeah.
Shout outs.
No more shout outs.
Shout out to my grilled cheese burrito with I forgot. I'm so fucking sad.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sad about that.
But that's interesting that you think of it as like a different, I guess, generational thing of like you do it later. Because I know at least a couple other people I've talked to about tours do it the same way. Like, tours the same way. Like where you do the hometown show last. Because it's going to be a little bit better maybe because as a local band you have more draw locally. Right. So like it's interesting that you view it as like a thing you do differently now.
Yeah, I mean if we were to do it now, I would hope that we would route it that way. Just the ways we always routed it before were we'll play hometown and then we'll go to like the next spot and go from there. But I have some other friends that have done like their return shows as like the last day of tour, and I think it means more. And like you said, especially being like a local band, you're not there for all that time, so like it kind of gives you a chance to kind of refill a void, if anything.
Yeah, the routing on this was just like so immaculate. Just because this northeast area is like so small and dense, like
Also, good on the itinerary.
good on the
Yeah.
itinerary.
Shout out itinerary.
Shout out Henry's itinerary that he
I
made.
made an
Beautiful.
itinerary, and before I made the itinerary, I asked if there was an itinerary, to which the response was
Basically, what's
Go-
an itinerary?
No,
I don't know what that
the
is.
response was fastest route, go circle. Hey, I will make an itinerary. Yeah, fastest route, go circle. I was like, okay, bet.
Oh my god. Yeah. No, the route, I mean, comparing this to the tour we did last year, that was a fucking nightmare. Because not the whole tour was a nightmare, but just the driving was like, between each stop was like 4, 5, 3 hours each time. And it just got so tiring. But this time it's basically just been, do the gig.
1 or 2 hours.
Yeah, an hour and a half to 2 hours, then you're in the next place. It's so much quicker. Like
We're
it's,
saying that now, but we're about to go from Rhode
Yeah,
Island.
Friday
to
morning we're
Pittsburgh.
hauling ass to Pittsburgh.
yeah,
Oh.
Rhode Island to
Sick.
Pittsburgh.
I was gonna say, look, 2, 4, 6, 8, we're there.
What?
2 hours, you drive 2 hours, you drive 2
Oh,
hours, you
I
drive
see.
2 hours, and we're there.
Yeah. It's not too bad.
Yeah, last time we last time we went from Western Mass to Ohio, I drove 5 hour of it, and then Liam drove 4 hours of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was insane.
That was my
And then Ohio to Chicago.
Ohio to Chicago was pretty bad. Then Chicago to Pittsburgh was
Yeah.
incredibly long, but it was an off day.
Yeah, it was a chill day. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say that's one thing.
Long drives on off days.
Yeah, I've always been envious of like the East Coast bands just being like you can easily hit so many spots in so quick of time. Growing up the Midwest, like if you want to go play a show somewhere, it's at least a 4-hour drive to like if we were in the Iowa City area, we wanted to come play Minneapolis. That's a 5-hour drive, no stops, and obviously you have a van full of dudes. You're gonna stop at least 3 to 4 times more than you should. So it takes way longer. But like I've always been envious of the East Coast bands just being able to hit all those spots.
Yeah, it's definitely made things a lot fucking easier. I never really thought about that. I guess everything is really far apart there. Yeah.
Coast is blessed like that. Our tri-state area.
We're just better like that,
Better.
Get her out of
Not
there.
better.
Shut up.
Not
Don't
better.
lean on my base.
That's what I said.
Don't put your face in the bed.
We sleep together. We love each other.
We're blessed, not better.
We're better living.
It's actually better living.
The other night, I played like a section of a Better Living song, and
Okay,
it was like,
we can do that together tomorrow. I'll like play the part.
Yeah, we faked it out a little bit.
we're like, this is a haunt dog song 100%, and then I played the intro of the song. We'll do that. Shout out to Gavin for teaching me a Better Living song and then entrusting me not to do horrible things with it.
Tomorrow we do horrible things.
Which
Can we play that but then like turn it into a Weezer song?
Weezer song?
I don't know, cuz what with one of them chords.
I could play
This is my girl.
the only one I know is Saying Ain't So.
Alright, so
We're not ripping a Weezer song. I'm vetoing this.
I'm with Dusty on this one.
if you're not playing then
The only my theory about Say It Ain't So is that you can play it in any tuning, how you play it in standard, and you can still know it's Say It Ain't So.
Yeah.
It's gonna sound like horror movie, but you can still tell it's Say It Ain't So.
Yeah, it's got a structure that just you hear and you're like, oh, this fucking song.
Yeah, I got nothing good for that, so I'm gonna rope us back into this LP here.
okay, so that's what every conversation is like with us and Better Living. They're like, word.
So people are just now finding out about Haunt Dog, which one you should have known about them already. And you're listening to Filbert for the first time. Like, what's something that people can like expect to maybe get out of this record, or like expect to get out of Haunt Dog in general?
I don't think I can beat that one.
I think you can probably expect some music on the record.
Yeah.
A lot of these times, these bands, you know, they like to put nothing on the record. They don't like to put anything on the record. Us, you know, we like to make classic.
Put it all.
We put songs.
4-4, 7-4.
Compositions.
11-3.
Tempo.
That
Tempo change. I don't know. To actually fucking answer the question. I don't know. Yeah, we got fucking rage on this album. I
Yeah,
feel like this is a
Rage.
rage album.
Straight up a rage.
At least the Madonna's, you know, you reading the lyrics and obviously the vocal performance, like it's so much fucking anger and it's like I'm
Yes.
so tired, like just let me thrash for a bit.
Yeah. No, it's funny because like the instrumentals are like Tony Hawk Pro Skater Skate 3 type shit. But like the lyrics are just like I'm going hungry, I can't afford to eat, why I don't want to be perceived by the world around me.
Yeah.
I can't relate to anybody ever. I'm
But that's all said
second
so
rate.
cleverly. That's all said.
So
And the next album's gonna be darker.
I feel like so much of this record is like the world is going to end. I'm going to die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so scared and
it's literally it's just like auditory agoraphobia. That's,
But yeah, and that's the funny thing is I don't know if people think of us as that kind of band, you know? I mean, like we
Definitely
try to be
not.
fun as hell, like at least when we're performing, and on the record as well with like the funny, silly samples. But like at least like the actual content of the songs is pretty dark. It's all over the fucking place. It's really angry.
And then with this too, like this record, you bring back Canker Sore, you know, from like the 2-song EP. Like, what sparked the idea to bring that back and put it into this album?
I thought we could do a better performance of that song.
Yeah.
Like it's a really good song structurally, and I thought the first time around we didn't capture it as well as I wanted to. So I thought if we did it again, we'd be able to kind of like hit the nail with the hammer right on the head and slam it into the wall, and people would be like, "Oh, okay, that's what kind of song this is." The first one was like, I don't know, kind of quiet, kind of slow. It's still good, and
Yeah.
like, you know, people still love it, but I think the people that love it are really going to appreciate that we redid it for the album because it fits in like a fucking like a peanut butter in a dog's mouth.
Hey yo! you had such a great like actual speech, and then you're like, hold on, I gotta cap this with a metaphor.
you know
Well, and what you said to me though was that like it was always sort of intended to be part of the album. You know, it was always like as Filbert was being conceptualized, it was like this is kind of a part of it.
Yeah.
Like it fit. It doesn't just fit in because it fits in. Like, it fits in because it's part of the like vision of what Filbert is.
That was the first song I ever spent more than like 30 minutes writing.
Yeah.
I spent probably 4 months working on that song. Like, I don't know, just like every detail of it on my end. Like, I really tried to be meticulous with it. And like, that's kind of how we tried to be with a lot of the writing on the album. Like, we didn't cut corners, as Wendy's would say.
See, now that's a fucking metaphor.
Right.
So it is really fitting there. Like it's, you know, just as angular, just as angry. The lyrical content is pretty much the same. Like it fits.
I think also part of it is OK Google wasn't originally a Haunt Dog song.
No.
No,
It
yeah,
was-
it's true.
It was like it was pledged to so many bands before. It was like this is the band that's going to do it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
I mean, it was one of the first songs that we wrote we started playing as a band.
What was the first song?
Mug was the first Haunt Dog song ever written. It was Henry and I.
Yeah,
in-
before either of us two, it was fucking them.
It was Henry and I in a grubby studio in New Brunswick, New Jersey, trying to get to know each other, and it was really awkward, but the song came out pretty cool, and it just kind of stuck.
Hope that answered the question.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about at this point. I'm on number 4.
and then
Oh my god.
and then unknown, barely listened to song Pizza Wagon was just a one-off.
yeah.
I think it's crazy that like, you know, a lot of us got introduced to Haunt Dog with just Canker Sore and OK Google. Like you said, some people listen to the slightly lesser known third stepchild song of Pizza Wagon, but it's cool that like songs that originated like pre the full band have made it this far and like are now fully fleshed out and being on this, and like they all work so well. Like, and I kind of want to dive into or like kind of lead this question into how you said like I think one of you said like Kankersaur was always supposed to be the like part of Filbert. Like, but what is Filbert supposed to be at the end of the day, in its totality?
I think it's I think in its totality, it's like kind of a call for what's the word? Relatability and like how I feel as an artist, but that's just my opinion, man. Um, just from my standpoint, it's like, okay, well, this is how I feel, and hopefully some kid in a stinky garage in high school, can relate to that and write a better piece of music, that also feels like that. Because like I don't know, I went through a pretty hard time for a really long time, and like I didn't really find a lot of places where I felt like these feelings were like, also had by other people. So I really hope, when I put this out, somebody else feels it and like, feels the sincerity of it. Um, it feels like a warm hug. Like it feels like we're all kind of like in it, and like, the worst parts of our brains and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
But it feels different to everybody else.
Yeah, well, and we were talking earlier, like how it's an angry album, or at least I was saying that it's like an angry album. But at least when it's like softer, in quotes, moments, like it does feel kind of like, like not an outro, the end of Orange Kid, for example.
Mhm.
Like it does feel kind of like I guess a warm hug is a great way to describe it. Like it's like we have this part that's like, we're slowing down for a second. And it's like, hey, just come here, just come here.
Yeah,
Like
if we don't play what's on tomorrow,
we should.
I'm missing that right now.
I'm missing
If I have a fucking voice.
Fruit Kids are my
We'll do Fruit
favorite.
Kids instrumental.
Forget if we gotta do for kids instrumental, we'll do it.
I'll be honest. My favorite part of playing Fruit Kids is like the first like 3 seconds of Apple Kid.
Yeah.
Really?
The intro of Apple Kid is just so fun.
Yeah. Oh, and I wanted to say you were talking about how songs were made before all of us were even in the band. Mug is my favorite Haunt Dog song, and I've been telling people this forever. It's my favorite because when I showed up, like
Same.
I don't know how long after you wrote that song, like when Dusty invited me to join the band.
2-3 months.
Yeah. Like 2-3 months later, they played that for me, and I was like, "Oh shit! Like this is fucking cool." So that was when I really actually wanted to join the band. I heard that song for the first time, and I was like, "Oh, this is something. Like I have to, be in this if I'm able to."
Remember how daunting Kankersaur was for you?
Oh my
initially?
god,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Getting used to the way Dusty writes songs was such a bitch. Like it's so much like fucking
Same here.
chord, different chord, different chord, different chord. Like it's
Yeah, this is not fucking Nirvana, bro.
this is not smells like Teen Spirit.
These songs are hard, and I'm fucking screaming my lungs out every night of this tour, and like I leave the venue sweatier than I feel like I've ever been in my entire life every fucking night.
Yeah.
It was all fun and games when we had like 4 songs played for like 20 minutes.
I know, yeah, that's so true.
And like I was just cool with like making like extremely complicated drum parts, and now we're like out here playing 30 minutes like every night, and I'm like, what the fuck was I doing?
Yeah, that's so
Play
true.
the Scrabble.
I've never thought about that before. That's so fucking true.
Now you
It was
play the
like
Scrabble.
easy shit when it was like 15 minutes. We only had like 3 songs.
were
It
like,
was like,
oh,
oh yeah, we're the coolest fucking rock
Sorry.
stars.
Yeah, we had 4 songs.
Now I'm tired. After every set, I just walk off to the car and I just like veg out in the front seat.
We're just a bunch of regular Joes that are like putting everything we have into this project.
Facts.
And the fact that we've made it this far is fucking insane. Like I
Regular
can't believe
Joe?
people actually, listen to it.
Dusty's trying to talk. Bro.
Okay,
What are you talking
everybody's
about?
laughing and
I was
everybody's-
vibing with
Would
like
you rather have a
Henry
regular-
started laughing.
Would you rather have a regular Joe or a sloppy Joe?
I got covered with so much spit.
Why are we ignoring average Joe?
I'm sorry.
I don't know. We're just like, we're just, people that enjoy music that are trying to make really good music, and we're really like putting everything we physically have into this music.
Yeah.
Everything we emotionally have into this music. Like I was talking to my bandmates in the band on the way to the hotel today, and it's like, yeah, like when I perform, like I try to imagine people that, traumatize me or scare me or make me uncomfortable in the audience, and like I really feel it, and I have a reaction to it, and it makes me, angrier and perform more, and it feels real. And I need that. Like it's a serious catharsis for me. I don't know where I would be without this.
Yeah.
All I gotta say is I'm jealous of everyone that gets to see this on this run. Like I can't. I hope one day y'all make it to Minneapolis so I get to see this in person, or I make it to Philly. One of the two is gonna happen.
It's you.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Without a doubt.
Hot Dog 2025 tour. To be booked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I have anything else how I wanna leave this from here. Before we start to transition, is there anything? I know we've kind of jumped around a lot between Filbert, Hot Dog, randomness. Is there anything that I might have missed that you want the people to know about this record?
Nah, man, it's short. Go listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what, 35?
Yeah, it's
No,
pretty fucking
like
short.
24 minutes.
It's
long.
not 20, but I think
It's,
it's
long,
29.
it's longer than that damn Home is Where record.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's fine.
No, like we're hyped to be putting this stuff out. Like I feel so fucking good being on tour and like just being able to play songs for people and hopefully have them respond in a positive way.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I'm just
We're having
excited.
fun out here.
I'm just excited to throw it out and see what happens. I'm, incredibly anxious about it, but I think it'll be good.
Yeah, I listen to it like 3 to 5 times a day, so you should too.
Yeah.
Max. We love Max.
And
We blow kisses to Max every time we see him.
An apple kid a day keeps the doctor away.
Whoa.
Bars.
What does an Orange Day do?
Gives you heartburn.
Keeps your door.
Yeah, keeps your doors lubricated.
I just threw up a little bit in my mouth.
That's
Yeah.
yummy.
Would you rather be an apple kid or an orange kid?
I rock with Apple Kid, obviously.
I'd be an Apple Kid.
Yeah, apple kid.
We're all Apple Kids.
Apple Kid's the one that, if you've played Earthbound, Apple Kid's the one that, actually invents anything.
Yeah, he helps you. Orange Kid doesn't help you with shit.
Orange Kid is just an arrogant fucking asshole.
Yeah, I hate that.
Orange Kid. Love the song though.
But not the kid.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Good. Noted.
Got it. Everyone, like I've said, go listen to Filbert. We'll talk links here in just a second. But before we get there, I know we've kind of already done the beer segment, so we can move past that. But, this is where we kind of talk some fun stories from you guys' time on tours. Obviously, y'all have been doing some stuff. You guys have been on the road for the past, I think, like week or so at this point. Since the last time we talked, I know it's been about a year and a half, some extra days in there. Has anything else crazy or amazing happened while on the road or playing any of these amazing shows that y'all have been doing?
Alright, so very silly story. On the last little weekender tour, I felt I needed to make a little pit stop. We loaded in at the house venue, and I just had to go to the grocery store, get some brews or whatever. And so
The grocery store for some brews.
it
Yeah.
was. Yeah. We get the band started, but the way the band started was like not organically. It wasn't like oh, you gave me the keys. It was like, oh, the person with the keys was in the van, and I was able to start the van.
It's a push button start.
It's a key fob
And
situation.
Bridget had the keys. Bridget was in the car when we
Yeah.
decided to start the car and go to the store.
Yeah.
Bridget gets out of the car.
Yeah.
We leave with no Bridget.
Yeah. We stop the car. We get our goods. We come back to the car. And obviously we don't lock the car because we have no keys. And the car won't start. And I'm like, looking at Liam, I'm like, do you have the keys? He's like, no, do you? And I'm like, no. And
yeah.
Bridget straight up had to walk like 15 minutes or so to come rescue us because we were just stranded with the van.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
It was
Yeah.
stupid.
What else?
We discovered invisible ink this time around.
Like
we
in
did not
iMessage.
discover.
Like in
Oh.
iMessage, like the invisible ink.
God, this was.
Should we detail the joke?
It was so bad.
It's
okay.
so stupid.
Saturday night, our night in Brooklyn. Bridget, we're like separated. Dusty's somewhere.
I'm in Manhattan.
I'm somewhere. Yeah, I'm in Jersey City.
I'm somewhere.
You guys are in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Bridget fucking hits the chat with invisible ink. Liam just got shot. Out of fucking nowhere. And like, I don't think anyone said anything.
No one
No.
responded.
No. What? And then we just like chill. Cause like this invisible ink thing, you know, thankfully it leads on that it's a joke. But like
Yeah,
when I
the
saw
invisible
that, I
ink.
was like genuinely worried for a second.
Were you worried for me?
For like a
Wow.
second, yeah.
That's so funny.
And,
Liam just got shot.
Liam just got shot. And then like 20 minutes later, Bridget's like, that was a joke.
No one is laughing in the chat.
And we're like, word.
We discovered how to use invisible ink.
And then today, we were just joshing around when a cop pulled behind us. So I was like, oh, we should send in the chat with us in Better Living. I was like, oh, we should send like a cop is behind us and now they're shooting as a joke. An invisible genius fucking joke. So Max, our TM, he sends an invisible ink. There's a cop behind us. And then he sends, they're shooting. But he doesn't put that in invisible ink. I had the idea that he just writes dash sent with invisible ink. So the message is there's a cop behind us in real invisible ink. And then it's they're shooting dash sent with invisible. And then he sent the message. Like, fuck, I sent the message. And the next message is it just says ink. And nobody from Better Living.
Yeah, and Better Living did not find it funny at all. No response.
Nobody reacted. No one said anything at all. They were just
No
like,
care.
There's a bit of a gap going on.
They're like, all right, so like
A generation gap of like maybe like 5 years.
5 years.
they're like, all right, so if you want tattoos tomorrow, like this is the plan.
I love them.
Yeah, I love Better Living.
Shout out Gavin. Shout out Greg.
True.
Shout out Tori. Shout out Sam.
Oh, Jorge.
And then the people who played the first 2 days. Shout out Jorge. Shout out Ellen.
Okay.
That's fact.
I know all of Better Living.
Genius,
What can I say?
bro.
That's all we got in
It's
terms
getting
of stupid
sweaty in
stories.
here.
More,
so
but
sorry.
they're so silly and dumb and stupid.
If that last one wasn't good enough for you.
My favorite tour story is how during this interview I accidentally touched Henry's foot and then
Yeah, for a while that man.
Just shout.
yeah, but a foot's a foot.
Who's
foot? And I just showered.
Who-
Maybe these dogs.
I'm
Dusty.
sure they're clean, but it's a foot.
Dusty, out of
It's a
me,
foot.
Henry, and Liam, whose toe would you want to put in your mouth?
I wouldn't want to put any of y'all's toes in my
Well,
mouth.
you
You
gotta
gotta
pick.
pick one.
No, you gotta
don't
pick one.
pick, man.
Just pick.
I don't know.
What are the odds?
see him because he would be just as uncomfortable as I was.
Probably.
You would find too much joy in it, Bridget.
I would
Yeah.
find it
What
hilarious.
the fuck would I be doing?
You'd be saying some shit.
Oh, I'd be saying some
You'd be
shit.
saying some shit.
Word up. I probably would be. You're right.
Over here jealous
Get
that I
on.
didn't pick your ass.
I'm not.
Jealous. Bro's jealous.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
So when y'all are on your tours, do you not play like any fun games while you're out there? Because like when we were together, we played like What Are the Odds and like Hey Cow and like just stupid shit.
Oh, what was that second one?
Hey Cow.
What's Hey
So Hey Cow is literally the dumbest thing. So basically, you just driving down the road and you say, like, let's say that there's like a cow in a field. You literally just say, you roll down your window, you yell, "Hey cow," and however many get to turn and look at you, that's how many points you won for that scenario.
That's incredible because we just play a stupider version of that game. We play Cows on My Side, which is literally just if you see a cow on your side of the car, you say "Cows on my side," and then you get a point. And there's a bunch of fucking things that earn you points. There's a depiction of a cow that's worth half a point. So a picture of a cow on a billboard, etc. A car up on cinder blocks is -5 points. That's a fuck you. That's a -5 points. What was the 0.1 points? What was it?
1 million.
Yeah, seeing a corn is 1/10 of a million of a point. And there was something else.
A donkey is minus.
A donkey is -1. So we just played a way stupider, more complicated version of that game.
Yeah.
You just see the cow and you call it out, and that's the point.
Last tour, really, French toast really had our hearts.
French toast was good.
French toast.
You basically start with an object. One person plays against the rest of the car, and the one person thinks of an object or person or place or thing, and they just think of it, and then the other people in the car ask, "Is it more like think of something or French toast?" And then the holder of the thing answers, "Oh, it's more like French toast." And then you say, "Is it more like this painting or French toast?" And you keep going until you finally figure out what the thing is. And that's the game, and it's really fucking stupid.
I'm really good.
She's pretty good at it. She's been rocking we haven't played it much this tour, but last she was rocking that
Yeah,
shit.
this tour we have Nintendo Switch Loop, Etch Sketch.
Oh yeah, Bridget almost killed us with a tech deck.
Don't put it on the radio.
No, it's going on the radio. It's going on the
Oh,
radio.
straight up.
We handed
public
her a
service
tech
announcement.
deck.
Yeah,
We
do
handed her a
not,
fucking tech deck, and she started doing tricks
While she was
on
driving, she was
Yeah.
driving.
doing tricks on the board, and we were
The
fucking
whole car was
swerving.
like-
Swerve like to the right. We're like, no. And then she threw it in my head. She had the audacity to throw it behind her.
No,
Don't
it got
be in the skull.
it got put in my hair,
It did.
and then I was like, I don't need this, and I threw it behind my shoulder.
yeah.
Fucking
I love that literally, like, not even 5 minutes ago, all of you were like, yeah, nothing else crazy has happened in our lives lately, except you almost died because Bridget was doing sick tricks on a tech deck while driving.
We're deranged.
Yeah.
The other day, I really wanted to do not a kickflip, a pop shove it so bad, and we're like, please bring a skateboard to the next show. No one brought a skateboard to the next show.
Our fans are failures.
No shove-its were popped.
It's okay. I love each and every
Protect
single
them
one of
from
our
having to do-
fans.
Yeah, anybody that listens to Haunt Dog is my best friend
True.
by default.
True.
Anybody that buys merch, they're my fan.
Family.
Family. You should buy some merch. If
You-
want to be related to me.
If you want to be related to them.
You should have parasocial relationships with us. That is healthy.
True.
I don't know what a parasocial relationship
It's
is.
like
That's
when you
fine.
feel like
That's
you
fine. No,
you
that's
know
fine.
the YouTuber. The YouTuber is my best
The
friend.
YouTuber's my best
I
friend.
am best friends with Markiplier.
Anyways, those are the games we play on tour.
They sound very solid. I love the more in-depth cow game than what because like we did it kind of like whose line is it anyways, where the points are made up and they don't actually matter in the end. But I love how in depth you got with the points for that game.
Less game, more rules, which I guess makes it more fun.
We
I don't know.
also play how many beers can I drink before Liam cuts me off
That's
outside.
true.
Ooh, that's a fun one.
I'm the ref.
What's the number? How many have you gotten to?
Both of you.
Four.
Then all of a sudden he has the keys, and I'm a feral dog trying to get into the van.
Yeah, she's a raccoon trying to steal beers from the van, and I have to lock that shit down.
What I used to do, it wasn't a game, but it was fun for me. When I TM'd, I would have the band on like a 2-drink limit before they played, like only 2 beers before you can play, like that's your max. And then the days that I didn't have to drive the van and I was still enforcing the 2-drink limit for them, like I would just sit there and just pound beers the entire time. So
That's great.
I need to talk about
the theorem. Yeah,
the beer theorem.
That's why I held my mouth. I was like, the theorem needs to get.
There is a
about.
beer theorem that is possessed. 1 beer, you play better. 2 beers, you play a little worse. You have a great time. There's a vibe. There's an energy. 3 beers,
You're cooked. I'm sorry.
you're cooked. You play bad.
94 and 92.
You are 94 years old in 1892.
AKA
Absolutely cooked. Absolutely
I'm
cooked.
sorry.
But yeah, that's our theorem, and Dusty breaks it every night because he's not a woman of science.
Actually not.
I might have a problem. I don't like the silence. Say something.
That's not a funny show.
It's not
Right,
funny,
don't
dog.
say that.
I might have a solution.
It's a Whopper. I need a Whopper.
Oh, Whopper Wednesday.
Dude, we're gonna hit Whopper Wednesday soon.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I'll wrap this up so y'all can go get your Whoppers. Because I forgot earlier we did talk about Whopper Wednesday. I want to make sure y'all are able to still get those today. But my last question for y'all is, Filbert is at the time that this episode comes out, it's released, it's out in the world. What does the future of Haunt Dog look like from here?
That's a tough one.
Hopefully good.
Yeah, I mean, we want to put this album out. I was gonna say earlier that putting this album out kind of feels like just like putting it into a box and shaking it and see what you get when you come out. Like we have no idea if it's gonna like go crazy, go stupid, go nothing. We don't know. But the future is we definitely want to write more songs. We keep saying that we need to get together. It's just hard to get the 4 of us in a room because we're busy as shit.
We want to travel more.
We want to do more fucking tour. We need to. I said tours. I still don't say tour like in my mind. I have to like translate.
So you're like a fake touring band?
I'm not a real tour,
Not really.
but I don't know. I mean, the future of Haunt Dog is whatever we can fucking cobble together. You
The
know,
toasties, bun, and mustard.
facts. A lot of toppings.
Hold the relish
Please do.
in your hand. Hold the relish in your hand.
Sorry, Chicago.
Yeah.
Shout out Deep, though.
Deep dish is good.
Deep dish was a thing to eat.
No, it was good.
It went in my mouth.
But we're trying to get back into a room, write more songs. We don't know what we have one extra that's right now that's not, it's floating in the ether. We don't know what we're gonna do with it.
We have that one show at the BB&T.
Wait, excuse me.
No, that was a lie. We do not have a show at the BB&T.
We don't have a show at the
That was
BB&T. It's
so
not called that no more either.
I know. Shout outs to real BB&T homies.
The original BB&T. Yeah. I mean, we're just gonna get in a room together and write more. We put all of our shit into this album, and we're hoping that something comes out of it. But we'll see what happens.
We're trying to turn our poop into diamonds here.
Yeah.
Turn that poop into wine. Turn that poop into wine.
Literally.
Yes.
Well, like I've said, this album is amazing, and I'm really stoked for the whole world to finally hear it when it drops on 9/3. I know a lot of people that I've been seeing on like the Twitter sphere or X sphere, I don't know, have already been backing Haunt Dog as the singles have been coming out. And so I know there's a good amount of people that are excited for this full release and to finally check it out when it drops. When it drops and like this episode drops, if everyone's looking for merch, music, or hot dog in general, where can they find it?
We are on all the fucking streaming platforms. You can go to our Bandcamp and probably buy some of our fucking merch.
We're Trying Records website.
True. Yeah. That's where those tapes are coming out.
Slow Down Records website.
Yeah. Shout out to them. Fucking international is crazy.
Yeah.
Or just fucking see us at a show, man. We're gonna try to hit another tour as soon as we can. This shit has been so fun.
Hit us up, tell us where to go.
Yeah.
Seriously.
We need advice. Like,
We
these
don't
venues
know.
are not easy to find when you don't live in that fucking city.
Yeah, we're very clueless.
But we want to come to your town, so please hit us up.
Yep.
Well,
If you're in
everyone
a good
listening.
town, let us know.
Well, everyone listening, go listen to Filbert. If you want them to come to your town, hit them up. Let them know where to be playing at. Help get some locals on that show and roll through. As I normally say for those moments, since I can't be at those shows, you all have to go to those shows for me and experience a hot dog show and let me know how it is. One of these days, I'll get to experience it in person, and I'm stoked for that to happen. But like I've said, Filbert is amazing. Y'all are killing it, and I'm really stoked on everything y'all have going on.
Thank you so much, man.
Appreciate it.
It's been great to be back on here. This show is so fun.
See you for the next one.
And we'll see you when we play fucking Minneapolis.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I would give you
well-
a Minneapolis show.
Sorry, what?
I would give you a beer.
That offer goes out to anyone who comes to the show. Bridget has to hug all of you individually. And it's a long one. It's a good old 3-second like embrace.
But you can't be creepy about it.
No, you gotta be normal about it.
Okay. I feel like 3 seconds is a good amount because then any more than 3 seconds, like it just gets creepy. But I think 3 seconds is like the prime. And then don't be creepy if you're trying to get these hugs.
I'll be
right
creepy about it. I'll take.
She's allowed to be creepy. No one else is allowed to be
I'll take
creepy.
a big old sniff. Like,
Oh,
Like a Halloween haunted house where you're not allowed to touch the actors, but they can do whatever they want.
exactly. It's exactly like that.
This is totally sidetracked, but one fun thing I do, so every time like me and my friends hang out, like we always hug each other goodbye as like we're leaving each other's houses. One thing I'll do every once in a while is like I'll go in for a hug and then just kind of do the whole Michael Scott whisper of like, I needed this. And just really, really set the mood before we leave,
And if you come to a hot dog show, that's what we will do to you.
we will provide.
Yeah.
Love you, Filbert.
Filbert loves you.
Filbert loves you.
But go to these shows, go listen to Filbert, and go listen to Hot Dog, and I'll catch everyone on the next episode.
Oh, yeah.
See ya.
Beers with Biz. Beers with